Hi there, Steph. Thanks for popping by. So today's card is made with a Clearly Besotted stamp set called Pick a Penguin, sorry. Clearly Besotted was on a bit of a break for a few months and they came back with some really cute stamp set. And that's the one I absolutely wanted, as well as the background one. I thought the background one would be super handy for loads of different cards, because it comes with like four different backgrounds. And I thought that would be really cool. But anyway, I jumped on this too, and I thought I would do a little sushi theme card, and I think they are so cute. I don't really eat fish, which is quite funny, but I do. In England, we get some sort of like roll with chicken or spicy chicken without fish, so I tend to eat that, and vegetarian sushi as well. So you know, cucumber, mango, radish, and that kind of thing. And I really like Japanese food. I mean, we get a lot of like prepared dishes as well, like chicken curry type or katsu. It's kind of a curry, but it's not quite a curry. Fried chicken, like with panko bread crumb and that kind of thing. Anyway, I stopped talking about food. Going back to the card. For the color, I picked a dark gray, a very dark gray, and a black for the seaweed. And then I used a dark moss green to cover the lightest gray, so you get that hint of green peeking through the center, you know, where the light is supposed to hit onto the seaweed. So I thought that would look quite nice. And then I did one of the fishes, which I'm assuming is a prawn because there's a little tail on it, or a shrimp, I suppose. I'm not sure what's the best word for it. And I picked orange for that. And then for the store blind, I suppose it's called, I picked red and white because I looked it up a bit on Google and I wasn't quite sure. And you know, when you look at images of storefronts, red and white seems to be the most common color. And you know, it's a card for a little boy for his birthday, so I didn't want to overdo it either. In terms of color, I could have gone rainbow and all crazy, but I thought we'd stay sober for that first card. I may do something a bit crazier next time. And then I kept on going with the red for the front. I was trying to kind of create a curve effect for the front of the store, so I started by shading the edges, and then I kind of tried to pull the color so that it looks almost like, I don't know if you can see, like, not really anymore, but I don't know how to explain it. I just tried to create that curve, but I don't think how it works. So there's something to practice. I think it still looks nice, but just maybe not quite what I was aiming for. Then in terms of actual penguin color, I picked, I believe it was a C3, C5, and C7, so slightly lighter than the seaweed, but not so much. So you can still see the difference, what's penguin and what's not. And I tried to keep the front, like the forehead, for example, would remain quite light, so that you do see like where the penguin stops and where the seaweed starts. But I kind of kept the same color scheme. I looked a bit online again. I realized I never colored a penguin, I think, before that, and I didn't really know what kind of color scheme to pick, but anyway. And then for that fish, I just went a bit randomly for the colors. I picked a blue purple, and then for the rice, I did pick a very light gray. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. And then when I was done with that and the little pose and all that stuff, I went on to do a little bit of shading, very basic shading with some cool gray markers, because I used, shading with warm gray, because I use a cool gray on the penguin so much. I just wanted to break it a bit. And I think the warm gray kind of gave that, you know, it would be a bit too much cool gray otherwise. And I think that was quite cool. And then I did the little bigs in orange. And then I use a Sakura Micron Pigma, which is a pigment black pen. That's quite a thick one. I think it's a 0.5. It's not the thickest. I think the thickest I have is 0.8. But that's a 0.5. And then I went all the outline. I've retraced all the outlines and it looked a lot nicer. Particularly as I do use my marker a lot, and in order to blend well, I use a lot of ink, so I kind of have to retrace the line to make it look quite neat, or at least neater. Then I use a Sakura white gel pen. I added a white accent here and there on the fish, in the rice, and it just adds, you know, little touches. And then with a black glaze pen, you've seen that very briefly, I've retraced all the eyes, so there's a hint of dimension, but really a hint. And then I was thinking, what do I do with that shop front? I could do something, but I wasn't quite sure what. I wanted to add some white. So I decided to trace a rectangle in black, and I started doing that by hand without a ruler. That's a mistake, do not do that. Use a ruler, the result is a lot better. And then I kind of picked some of the sides to make them a bit thicker, so it looks almost like, you know, in wooden furniture you get a bit of depth, and I thought that was quite cool. And then I used the greeting "Let's Roll and Party," and I thought that was quite nice. I wanted actually a happy birthday, but I just couldn't find a happy birthday that would fit in that gap. So I thought party was quite fun because we're going to a birthday party. And then I used some Copic Spica at you, and I added some green glitter all over the seaweed, and I thought that would add a bit of shimmer and a bit of fun. And then with a red one, I added some shimmer onto the blind, and that's quite nice as well. And after it's oh yeah, at the front as well, sorry, it's kind of like, you know, it hints here and there, but it kind of, it's an ensemble, if that makes sense. It's all these things, the white gel pen, the black pigment pen, and the glitter, that all together I think makes quite a nice girl. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching that video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, and please head over to my blog for photos. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye!